Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, friends. Sorry I'm late. I needed to pee. I feel like we've not been in the actual craft room for a while now. Probably for like a month, I feel, because it's been too hot, but it's finally cooled down today. So, and I'm not making something that requires the length of a dining room table. So we can actually like hang out back in the craft zone. But we're not crafting. We're like craft adjacent. I never know when I do a nail painting stream what category I should put this in. Because to me, I don't know, I feel like calling it an art stream kind of feels like cheating. Like it feels like a cop-out. Mind you, we are going to attempt to make some like nail decals today. So I guess that's kind of art in a way. But yeah, so as you can see, my nails are in rough shape. Yeah, so we need to do some serious fixing of the nails. But I'm going to attempt to make things, I don't know, a little more exciting maybe. Instead of just, to be fair though, anytime you throw a holographic top coat over top of something, like it makes it very exciting. But I'm going to try something different. I'm going to try to go the not sparkle route. And we're actually going to attempt to make some nail decals. I don't think I can freehand on my own nails for shit. So I remember reading up, this is a silicone nail mat. So I'm pretty sure if we paint a little mushrooms on here, cover it with a quick dry top coat, we can then peel it off the mat, and then we can cut the decal to size, and we can stick it on the nail like we would like a nail sticker, nail decal. Hopefully. That is the goal. That is the plan. But we have to do a little bit of prep first. So I think what we're going to do is prep the nails. That means like remove the nail polish, do the filing, do the whatevers. And then once we're done with like the nail polish remover and acetone and stuff, then we're going to attempt to nail art on the mats, and then while those are drying, we can do like the base coat on our nails and such. Plan? That's the plan. That's the POA for the day. I have all of these like nail tools that I ordered years ago when I got really into the concept of nail art, and then my like practice and execution skills were subpar. So I think we have everything we need today. But we'll see. But yeah, hi Probacus, I see you moving and grooving in there. I hope you're having a good day. Saul, I'm sorry you were struggling today, but I'm happy you're here. I appreciate you always. I was lurking on your stream yesterday, and I have to say, I don't know why this surprised me. I was pleasantly surprised because someone redeemed you wear a mask, and the mask then resulted in you doing an American accent, and I didn't know you could do an American accent, and I was happily grinning like an idiot just because I just thought it sounded so cool. Because I was listening and my brain was like, wait, that's Saul, but it doesn't sound like Saul. And then I was like, right, I guess he can do voices. And I was just like really impressed and excited. And I was like, damn. And it just made me really smile and happy. But yeah, so I was working yesterday for about an hour. I was working on my cross stitch. But yeah, just hanging out. We didn't have any stream yesterday because, bummer, my parents flew back to Canada yesterday, so I took the day off because we dropped them off at the airport and we're just like, you know, hanging out and stuff. Liam had the day off because he'd help me get them there, and so we were just, you know, taking it easy, wallowing in the shittiness of that. But they're gonna be back in November, so you know I can't be too bummed out, because you know they will be back. I'm just gonna bring this in a little bit closer. Hi, shut up. Sorry, I didn't mean to just tell you to shut up. Canadian beauty, yeah, okay. This Canadian beauty I think is in need of a shower, but that's a future me problem. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I hope it's cooled off here. Yeah, mom and dad left yesterday, which is why I didn't stream yesterday, because we were dropping them off at the airport. So yeah, I kept saying to them, you know, you can just miss your flight. You can just miss your flight, and you know, you can stay up to 6 months in the country without a visa before you lose your Canadian health insurance, so you could just not go home. But my mom is like the primary carer for my grandparents and my great aunt, so she does have responsibilities to get back to. Obviously my dad helps with that. I think my dad also helps with keeping her sane throughout the caring duties. I'm glad you are doing terrific. It sounds like you are having an excellent Friday so far then. We like terrific. You baked a mincemeat pie today. Ooh, really nice. I didn't know you baked, Probacus. That's cool. Did you make the pie crust yourself, or is it a pre-bought pie crust? Pie crust. Weather is excellent. Oh, amazing. Yeah, it's actually really windy here. It cooled off a bunch, which is nice. I actually get to, you know, go back to my standard uniform of black leggings with, you know, long shirts, which is the standard uniform of Nostalgia Tash. But yeah, you made it yourself. Oh, amazing. That's so cool. Yeah, we made pie crust once before on the channel. We made butter tarts, which is a Canadian delicacy. So I had to make like mini pie crust. So it was like not making full blown pie crust, but it was interesting. I know you need to have really cold hands to make pie crust because you have to sort of keep the butter, like it has to be light and flaky. Whereas if you have really warm hands, you melt the butter and it becomes a bit more of a cohesive dough instead of like a shaggy flaky dough, which you don't want when you're doing pie crust. So I think some people, their hands just get too warm to do it. I think you can get like tools though that can help with that. Hi Kat, how are you? Yeah, no problem. How are you? How are things? How's your week been? I hope the week is ending on a positive note. I know you and Chris got kicked in the teeth this week, so I was thinking about you the last few days, hoping that everything was trucking along a bit more positively. But yeah, never apologize for being busy. I'm just happy when you guys show up. So depends. You can use margarine and olive oil. I use butter and olive oil for this. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, post it on the Discord and we can take a little look-see. That would be awesome. All right, so right now I'm just pushing back my cuticles before we remove all the nail polish. He got really ahead in school at least. Oh, that's nice. That's a positive. That's a good thing. So he's kicking butt in school right now. That's good. I feel like he's a smart cookie, so that's good to hear. That's exciting. Yeah. How are you feeling? Yeah, how are you feeling? Because I know we have mystery ailment until it's coming up soon, until July. You said July 3rd is your doctor's appointment, right? So hopefully we will find an end to the mystery of the mystery illness. Nauseous. Ugh, that's not fun. That's not fun. He is so smart. Yeah, that's awesome. Oh, jeez. Want to really make sure that this is pushed back. You posted the whole saga. Perfect. Let me take a look. I'm just gonna see this. I don't think this light is charged, but I cannot. Oh, there we go. I just really can't see what I'm doing right now. My hand is making a shadow over top of my nail, which is making it difficult for me to see. Okay, let's go. Take a look at the food saga. This is the saga to make the mincemeat pie. Oh, very nice. So you actually made like an actual traditional mincemeat, like with meat pie. Because obviously mincemeat here in the UK, they've like now made it a thing. Like where it's like fruit and stuff, whereas this looks like actual ground meat, which would sound very tasty. Yeah. There's the oil and butter situation for the pie crust. Ooh, that's nice. That almost looks like a focaccia bread to me. Like that's giving focaccia bread in my brain, but it looks so yummy. Ooh, that's like, it's giving, ooh, that's like a fake, that almost, ooh. Yeah, that's not, like, ooh, sorry. I don't have words. Like flaky pastry. That looks really nice. Do you just eat it on its own, or do you like cover it in like barbecue sauce or mayo or like gravy? What do you normally like? Do you have it with anything specifically, or just on its own? It looks really nice on its own. It almost kind of is like, it kind of gives me like savory baklava vibes in terms of like the thinness and stuff. It looks really tasty. Check you out. I didn't know you could bake. Damn, that's awesome. That's really cool on its own. Very nice. Very nice. I have to call them and make sure they'll be in the office. I'll be back in a minute. Yeah, no problem. No problemo. Significant other can handle spice though. Oh, okay. Yeah. So you do sort of, I guess not bland, but not spicy. That's all right. I feel like, you know, I think foods can be flavorful without being spicy. If anything, sometimes things can be so spicy that that's all you can taste is like heat. You can't actually like taste the individual flavor components. I don't think anything needs, like, not every food needs to be spicy. Do you like spicy foods, Probacus? I feel like it's not my, like, if something sounds good, I will have it. I don't purposely go and seek out spicy food. I like spices. I like foods with the spices. Really? The feta gives it saltiness. Yeah. Oh, I love me some feta. I just like cheese in general, except blue cheese. I'm not a blue cheese fan, but yeah, I love me some feta. That's so bullshit, Kat, that they're not open. Is that because they're closed ahead of like 4th of July sort of celebrations and stuff? Meat and zucchinis. What are those? Is that a type of mushroom? I like blue cheese on a burger. Yeah, I feel like if it's like a little bit and kind of subtle, I think I can do it. But there's people who will have like blue cheese on crackers and stuff, and I'm like, can't do it. It's okay. It's a holiday. Yeah. That's why we're close to. Yeah, that's what I figured, but it's just annoying because then you know, your peace of mind as to what is going on, you get delayed in your gratification or your ability to find that out. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you're like me where it's like, okay, it's stewing in my brain up until the point where I can get it. Oh, you meant to write zucchinis. Oh, okay. So, hey man, you could have told me they were a mushroom or some fancy like Greek vegetable and I would have been like, checks out. I believe it. Oh, zucchini's nice. Yeah. I never would have thought to like stick it in a savory pie. That's a good idea though. I feel like I like zucchini and I like eggplant and stuff like that, but I find I never know kind of like how to prepare them. A lot of times you can just kind of pan fry stuff as long as it's I guess, what's the word I'm thinking about? Like, it's not too hard, like it's ripened enough, as long as it's like kind of ripe enough or whatever. You can also add red peppers. Yeah, like bell peppers. Oh yeah, that would be really nice. Okay, we're trucking along, moving on up. Normally, like, just to paint my nails in general, it takes me about 2 hours, and that's like from start to finish without doing anything fancy. Because we're attempting to do something fancy today, I'm wondering if it will take the whole 3 hours. So I'm trying to do my best at multitask. I'm not always the best at it. It seems like I can't always talk and do at the same time, but we're trying. Bell peppers give me heartburn instantly. Oh no. Yeah, the ones you use for salad or stuffed ones. Yeah. Oh, like, Liam and I usually, the standard vegetables in most of our food are like bell peppers and onions usually. I can't wait to eat a piece after work tomorrow during break. That'll be really nice, I'm sure. Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder why. Are there other vegetables that give you bad heartburn too? I wonder like what it is that would trigger that. You know, sometimes like things can be acidic, but like you don't necessarily know. Like they'll be like, oh, like, you know, this is really like, obviously I know that citrus fruits are acidic, but it's, you know, like one of those things where it's like they'll say things like, oh yeah, that's actually really acidic for you and stuff like that. And I'm like, it doesn't taste sour. So I don't like, I know acidic and sour don't necessarily mean the same thing. Cucumbers as well. Oh, interesting. Especially when they're meant to be like such a bougie, like healthy, you know, wellness thing to have like cucumber water and like put cucumbers on your eyes when you're at the spa and stuff like that for like hydration. And you're like, yeah, the heartburn is not worth whatever extra hydration it thinks it's giving me. Oh, perfect. I'll check. Yeah, you've never seen that? Not like people will put slices of cucumber or slices of watermelon like in their water. Not like juicing a cucumber and drinking that. It's more like they'll add fruit and stuff to water to give it like flavor. I don't know. I feel like that's not as much of a thing anymore. But there was like a huge trend where you could even get water bottles that had like a tube in them with little holes, and they were designed that you would stick a bunch of fruit in them or a bunch of stuff to like naturally flavor your water bottle. So then you would put the water in and then it would just like chill in your water and you would drink it. But yeah, I feel like that's not as big of a thing anymore. I just remember like I don't know, like 4 years ago or something like that. That was like all the rage to put stuff in your water to give it flavor. But I feel like that's not as much of a thing anymore. The amount of bridging of cultures is amazing. I'm glad I'm opening your horizons. Yeah. We're expanding our cultural knowledge through food and beverage consumption. I'm just gonna finish pushing back these cuticles and then I will check on the patty that your partner made. I'm excited. Cuticles pushed back. Let's now assess. Cat's like, yum. Ooh, oh, is this the burger patty that she made? You know what it is? I know we're looking at the burger patty, and yes, it looks amazing, but my brain instantly went, I'm assuming this is a big block of feta, and like that is my jam. Just a big ol' honk of feta cheese. Yes, please. But this also looks very tasty. I'm actually having burgers tonight. We're not making our own, but pie contains hard-boiled egg. Yeah. Well, a lot of times too, people will put an egg in like a ground meat mixture to help bind it together instead of using breadcrumbs. Choose a yogurt sauce to dress it. That would be really tasty, like a bit light and nice and light. I think so. I think feta is considered a soft cheese. It's crumbly though, but I do think it's, I don't know. It's funny, except the grocery store, I don't know if feta is similar to like champagne, where it can only be called feta if it's in like produced in a certain place. Like, you know how champagne can only be called champagne if it's from a specific region in France. Semi-hard to soft cheeses. But yeah, so I don't know if feta can only, because basically what I'm saying is sometimes when I'm at the grocery store, I'll notice that it'll be called salad cheese in like the cheese section, and that's like the cheaper version of the feta cheese, and I don't know if it's called feta because it needs to be made in a specific region to be called that, or if this is just like generic salad cheese. Semi-hard, LOL. Yeah, listen. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure there are other, like... Oh, really? Yeah. That's annoying. Is that part of it? Because I don't know. I think that's part of a... Is that part of, like, the low FODMAP diet? There are certain... why am I doing this next? No, we're going to take the nail polish off next. So we need acetone, and we need Brie, Camembert, Feta, Blue. Oh, really? Right, Listeria. Wow. Oh, Brie. To be fair, aside from the mozzarella, I guess, yeah, because mozzarella is probably most common on, like, pizzas. Though I don't know. I wonder if, like, I don't know. Like, you know how, like, you can, because here when you get mozzarella, you can get it in, like, those mozzarella balls. Whereas I just assume, you know, mozzarella is, like, the shredded cheese that you get on cheese pizza. But I don't even know if that's what they put anymore. But a lot of those are, like, fancy cheeses, I feel like. Aside from mozzarella. But maybe mozzarella is also a fancy cheese. I'm not sure. But is white cheese made from sheep's milk or from extra? Yeah. Most white cheese people consume is from cow's milk. Oh, interesting. I wonder if... I would assume that the generic salad cheese that I see at the grocery store is also probably made of sheep and goat's milk, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's like a feta in texture, but made out of cow's milk. But I don't know. I don't know enough about cheese to know if you can make that certain type of cheese with any kind of milk. You know what I mean? I like goat cheese on it. Ooh, that sounds good. I feel like we talked about that before, and I hadn't had like a spicy pepper jelly in years. It's because, you know what it is? It's because I don't go to enough, like, craft fairs anymore. Like, there used to be really big, like, you know, Christmas craft fairs and whatever, and there would always be, like, the jam and jelly, like, the spreads person, you know what I mean? And used to be able, and they would have, like, samples of their different jams and chutneys and things like that, and you would have them on, like, crackers and things. But yeah, there's not as many, like, there's small little markets and stuff here. Like, I'm hoping to get in on one at some point. I need to buckle down and actually make stuff to sell, but that is a future Tasha problem. But yeah, like, it's one of those where I feel like I've not had one because I've not been in situations where they're, like, sold. Do you know what I mean? But yeah. The taste of feta is so much better than white cheese made from cow. Yeah. Interesting. Well, I assume it's cheaper if it's made out of cow's milk. But, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Cheese just in general is quite expensive, though, like, as a product. Like, when you go to the grocery store and you look at, like, you know, when you see the price of something, and usually they'll have the, like, price per grams and stuff. Cheese is up there, man. I've been doing a lot of gardening lately. I'm determined. So I think the back garden is pretty much to a point where we want it to be. Hi, Potato! Oh, thank you so much for the resub. 6 months, halfway to a year, guys. That's amazing. The best feta, hands down, is from Epirus. Wow. Yeah, no. That's something that, like, I would go to a restaurant and, like, have a salad or something that has that on it, but I feel like it wouldn't make sense for me to actually, like, buy it myself. But yeah, so, like, I've been doing a lot of gardening, so I have noticed, like, in my cuticles and, like, in the sides and stuff, like, things look a little bit dirty. But we're just gonna ignore it. We're gonna do the best that we can. I mean, your friend. Oh! Ha 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 ha! Yeah, still do. General Funny Bunny. Yes, I know. I assumed. You've obviously changed your name. You're no longer General Buddy Bear. You've changed animals. You've moved from a bear to a bunny. So you've actually shrunk. You have. You've shrunk in stature. Unless you're a massive bunny. Unless you're a bear-sized bunny, which is different. Yeah. I still like living in the UK. You think you should go back? It doesn't matter. Yeah? Why did you change it originally then? Just for fun? Just to switch it up? I think it's fun to switch it up every once in a while. Don't know. I think they both sound fun. It's whatever one feels more you, whichever one you identify with more. What most people consume is the Valma. It's a mixture of 3 milks and brings the price to an affordable €12 a kilo. And it's not, oh, and it's not called Feta here, but they call it Feta when they export it. Interesting. I guess, though, unfortunately, maybe, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, if people don't know any better and they don't know what the premium tastes like, they're not missing out on anything. But obviously, as somebody who knows, it's probably what, like, when people have, like, really bad olive oil versus really good olive oil, and people just, like, assume certain things. Or, like, I think in other, like, everyone sort of has, like, that one thing. Like, I think people, like, some people will be like, oh, you've never had, like, this type, like, good coffee or something like that. I'm a bit like that with green tea, where most people say that they hate green tea. But it's because they usually have it from Starbucks, and you're not supposed to boil it at like 2,000 degrees like Starbucks does with all their stuff, so you actually are tasting burnt tea. But anyway, yeah, what sounds better? I don't know. No, someone say Buddy Bear sounds sus. Oh, interesting. Someone said Buddy Bear sounds... I don't think it does. I don't think that sounds sus. I think they're both cute. But yeah. Well, now you know. Exactly. Yeah, now I'm going to have to search for it. I'm going to have to look at the milk breakdown of my feta cheese next time I go to the grocery store. And if it's not, what is it, a combination of goat and as long as it doesn't have cow's milk in it, then I'm okay, right? That's what it is. It needs to not have cow's milk in it. You want to be a mom one day, right? I don't know. Yeah, I think so. I'm open to that option. Sheep and goat. Okay. Sheep and goat, no cow, next time I look. Okay, excellent. Yeah. Be longer peel most of the time. It's not the exporter, it's the importer that rips people off. Yeah, probably. Well, especially importing from Europe into the UK, because they have to import to an island. Everything goes up exponentially. Also because we left the EU and everyone was like, what do you mean? It's like, yeah, now shit costs more for them to import, so they have to bring up the prices because now you're requiring people to like get visas and permits and shit like that, which they didn't have to do previously. So now everything is more expensive, ergo your products are more expensive. So, yeah. Okay. Exactly. Yeah, it is in Europe, but it's an island existing within the continent of Europe, but from the European Union. That's what we meant, you know? That's what I meant. You knew what I meant. Yeah. Yeah. Right. All right. Okay, we've removed all the nail polish. Now we're going to play Operation Clean Up the Nails. So I'm gonna move this up because this is where we're gonna be sticking our decals, and I don't really want to get like nail fuzzies all over it. As long as let's just relegate it to like this section. Yeah. You were excellent clients and you provide quality. Oh, did we? Well, that's nice. Yeah. Again, though, it's one of those things that, like, yeah, I guess it impacts me, but also I'm not technically involved. I'm a third party here. But yeah, if anything, it just made trying to buy things so much more expensive. Actually, too, after Brexit happened, a lot of places actually suspended their shipping. A lot of small businesses actually stopped shipping to the UK because they can't, the price of shipping and stuff like that just became so uncertain and so unregulated and really expensive. So a lot of brands that I previously, it would still be expensive, but I would be able to get them. They just completely suspended the operations. I have stubby nails. When I paint them, they look even more stubby. Oh, no. There's nothing wrong with stubby nails. The agronomists from the UK and US. They are just professionals. Yeah. Sure. Know how to do. yeah, that's cool. Oh my god. I obviously haven't worked with like acetone in a while because now that's nice. I'm glad your economy is going up or your production, because I'm like, I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I feel like I live in a bit of a bubble right now. I'm not sure of the nitty-gritty of it all. All I know is that things are slowly starting to peter out, but there's still a lot that's really unnecessarily expensive here because we're all still trying to like come back from everything. Okay, I'm just cutting all the like little hangnail-y bits off the edges of my nails so they don't snag and pull when I'm painting them later. But yeah, we're going to actually attempt DIY nail decals. We'll see how it goes. Because I don't trust my ability. No, you're not derailing. You're not derailing at all, Probacus. We're just having conversations while nail painting is going on. There's no particular topic discussion that needs to happen. We're just out here vibing, you know? I can seamlessly talk between painting my nails and, you know, about the Greek economy. I might not understand the conversation that we're having, but I'm never opposed to having them. You know what I mean? I will not be opposed to having the conversation. Just don't expect me to always understand what you're talking about. That's all. So hopefully, if we do this correctly, we will put like, I don't know, I'm going to put some like blobs of nail polish here. We're going to use some like painting brushes, like striping brushes and dotting tools to hopefully make some little mushrooms, like kind of here, and then those will dry while we're painting our nails. I'm not sure. We might have to experiment. I don't know if I want to put them on every single nail. We're just painting them like a brown color, so I do think that it'll look really boring if I don't have anything but the brown on it, but maybe I just need to embrace that and like not be so annoyed about it. If it goes well though, we can maybe try to put them on all 10 fingers, but I think that that's a very ambitious idea. I think if we can get 4, like 2 and 2, I think that would be nice. That feels like a reasonable expectation to set for myself. But we'll see. Never talk politics and economics with Greeks. We always say big words and do the opposite of them. Oh, interesting. I'm sure you're not alone. I'm sure culturally that is a thing that is happening with lots of people. That I think a lot of cultures probably do that. Okay, so we're just gonna file these down a little bit because again, like I said, I am doing a bit more gardening, and so when the nails get too long, they don't fit in the gardening gloves, and then we also risk breakage because I'm busy like trying to pull at tree bits and hedges and junk. I am a bit concerned, so on Discord, because I did plant some seeds and I did post that things were sprouting. But then I also saw those same sprouting looking things in other parts of the garden where I didn't plant seeds. So I'm low-key convinced that what I thought were the seeds are actually just little like weeds and stuff growing. But I don't want to pull them in case they are the seeds. I'm going to wait like a decent amount of time. And then if stuff isn't, like if things are happening past the germination period that don't actually look like anything substantial, then we're gonna pull them out. Mary, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you being here. I hope you're having a fabulous Friday. Yeah, so that's the thing. Yeah, right, Patats? Oh no. Yeah, so I'm optimistic. But I do think, yeah, I think a lot of random stuff is popping up in that bed right now, and so I'm not smart enough to know what is weed and what is plant. So we're just gonna leave everything until I need to be forced to make a decision. But yeah, so there's still... Basically, until things grow, if they are going to grow, the back garden is effectively done. Like, everything is mulched. The one kind of garden bed area, that's all sorted. So now we just have the front kind of garden beds to sort out. And so that I'm in the process of sort of tilling the soil, because it's all really compact and intermixed with a bunch of roots and weeds and junk like that. So we pulled all that out, and then we like tilled all of that, and now I'm sort of leveling it all out and sort of skimming enough off the top that I can put a layer of mulch, and then it doesn't like go over top of the bed area. I want everything to sort of be like as level as possible. But yeah, so that's hopefully gonna happen by the weekend. I do think I need to pick up more mulch, but we'll see. Someday I really want to have a garden, have a small patio. Oh, it doesn't get a lot of sun. That's difficult. I know that there are, I don't know what they are, but I know that like shade-loving plants exist. It's always one of those things where you have to like go to a garden center and be like, here is my space. What can I plant that won't die? You know? Yeah, but it definitely, it's been, the only reason I've gotten so invested, obviously, in this and have even the teeny tiniest bit of knowledge that I do is because my mom likes gardening. I think she does. She does a lot of gardening with my grandpa. I don't think my dad likes gardening, but he likes using his hands. So he's in charge. Like when they were here, we had a bunch of stuff that we cut down and we had to get rid of the root balls. So he was in charge of like digging up roots and transporting all of the big, you know, wheelbarrow size amounts of dirt and stuff in and out of the yard. So he was the muscle in the gardening operation. Whether or not he actually likes gardening, but he does like keeping busy. So Mom likes to give him tasks. Mom will give him tasks, and so it came in handy when we were working on the garden together. But yeah. I also, what I want to do, so you know how I talked about it before, my mom and I were talking about the Seek app. So it's this like plant identification app, but it also identifies like other animals and stuff. And there's like different challenges and you get badges and rewards. I got 2 new badges. I completed 2 challenges on my walk with Shadow this morning. They were in progress, so that was very exciting. But I think what I want to do is I want to go in, scan all the things in the garden. I've done a few of them, but then also like do some research into like how the plants are meant to grow and prosper, because when you buy a new plant, they'll tell you like the growing conditions, but also like when, like what time of year to like trim them back and like what to do. Like I didn't know that like certain plants, when the like I think my mom was talking about the snapdragons I wanted to plant, and she said, yeah, when the flowers die, if you, I guess she calls them deadheading them, if you pull off all of the dead flower parts of the snapdragons, they'll just, new flowers will grow in their place, and they'll just kind of continual flower as long as like the weather conditions are correct. But of course I didn't know that, and so I don't know, like for instance, we have some plants that are, I don't want them to get too big, but I don't want to like trim the shit out of them and just have them die on me if like, you know, I'm doing too much or not doing the right time or whatever. So I'm hoping that scan everything in the garden, do some third-party research to sort of figure out, okay, what, like, how do I care for these plants? Because I think, you know, we inherited this garden. It was all overgrown. We, you know, got rid of all the pots because we realized we are not pot people. We forget to water shit. So things need to be in the ground to give them any sort of survivable chance in our yard. So that was sort of like phase 1. And phase 2 is then like, okay, these are all overgrown. Cut them all back. Phase 3 was like, even when we cut these back, there's still not enough room in this bed, or it looks really messy. Let's figure out what we want to like literally take out of the garden. So we did that as well. And now it's like the sort of final stages, I guess, where it's like putting mulch down and like making things look more aesthetically pleasing. Like, you know, what my vision, I guess, for the garden, if you will. So we're sort of on that stage right now. I think it will kind of ebb and flow though, because some of the stuff that we moved, cut back, rearranged, I think some of it's going to die. We hope it doesn't, but we transplanted this little green, like evergreen shrub. I don't know what kind of shrub it is. but it was so intermixed with this other plant, like literally right beside it, that my dad tried his best to get as much of the root as possible, but we didn't know what root was from which plant. So I think we pulled it out and moved it with like this much of a skinny little root. So it really didn't have nothing, like it had nothing to really work with. So the chances of that guy, I watered the crap out of him today, but he's looking a little sad, so we'll see. But we will reassess. But yeah, so that's just a roundabout me of saying I've been digging in the dirt a lot, and so I've needed shorter nails to accommodate that. But yeah, hopefully. I don't think well, I don't know. I say I don't know if we'll get it done, but I would like to. As long as the weather's not like too hot, it would be nice this weekend to like get all the mulching done. But we shall see. Okay. I don't know how much I want to file them down. I'm also very aware of time. I could probably spend, like I said, like an hour just, you know. I can't type if my nails are too long at all. Yeah. To be fair, that happens with my thumbnails, especially when I'm texting. If it gets to a point where everything is just like, I'm like, bleh, get it off. I can't do it. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I don't want to have like really, really short nails. I like having some length to my nails, but it can't be too long. It has to be functionally long. Though there are people like Noonday, we always talk about how she has really long nails and she can do all the things. And I admire her ability to do that. I am not one of those people. So, yeah. I basically need them to be long enough that when I'm crafting and I need to pick up like a sequin or like thread or like tease out a little piece of thread from the back of my project, I have some kind of nail to do that. Because the worst is when I've recently cut my nails because like one of them broke, so I cut them really short. And then I go to have to like need my nails to do something, even though you're not technically supposed to use your nails for stuff because that's what like makes them more brittle and junk. Yeah, for me it was like, damn, I shouldn't have cut them that short. So I like to have some bit of length for functional purposes. I sometimes put on fake nails and then I end up taking them off the next day. Yeah, you wear them for like a night out. You're like, it goes with your outfit, your look, you know, that sort of thing. And then you're like, nah. My sister cuts hair with her long nails. Really? I've been tempted to get acrylics. Yeah. The only thing too that I've heard about people, like when they get acrylics, obviously they're sort of designed that you have to almost continually get them in order to sort of keep like maintaining them, or you have them for a bit and then you take them off, and obviously to take them off they need to like either soak your nail in acetone, like your actual nail, or grind them down, so your actual real nails end up being so damaged from wearing them that it takes a while to like recover your natural nail to any sort of strength, to then keep them like light and stuff afterwards. So ever since I sort of knew about that, yeah, I've been sort of like too scared to ever do something like that. You already have flaky nails. Yeah, exactly. And, like, I get it. It's probably, like, a double-edged sword, right? Because I feel like if you have, like, kind of flaky, brittle nails and you want that sort of strength and longevity, it might seem, like, tempting, you know what I mean, to then get that. Because then you can build, like, the acrylics would then build them up to some sort of strength, which then would be helpful. But then it's, like, then you're almost, like, you almost become reliant on them. You know what I mean? But I'm sure it's like with anything though, right? I'm sure it's like, you know, if you have really dark hair and you decide you want to go blonde, you know what I mean? And you have to go through that process of like bleaching your hair in multiple steps to make sure it doesn't fall out and like get too fried and stuff like that, right? I think it's similar. Like it would be like that. So it's not like your nails would be like totally foobarred and you like wouldn't be able to ever like get them back and stuff like that. It would just take time like it does when you do things to your hair, right? That's what I would feel about it. So I don't think it's like, you know, if you decide to ever do acrylics, it's not like you're totally screwed and your natural nails will like never be wonderful again. You know what I mean? My pinky and ring finger grow out in nice shape. My middle and pointer finger are like really wide and grow out super weird. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, because that's the thing. Some people have, I don't know, I guess like they're called like a C curve. So some people will have like really sort of curved nails. Like their actual nail bed itself will be like really curved, and what other people's will be like a lot flatter. I guess mine are sort of like, they're not super curved. They're like a kind of little bit curved. But yeah, but I have one. So the thing with mine is like my fingers are slightly, I guess, not wonky. Like that's not a bad thing, but they sort of twist in. So I find when I'm trying to like shape my nail, I kind of don't know if it's symmetrical because the whole like finger sort of bends in on itself. And then also too, there's like an inconsistent amount of like, you know how you have like your actual like finger, and then you have like the skin that attaches your nail to your hand, and then you sometimes have like a gap around it. Like this one, you can sort of see it's like really kind of like nice and clear in terms of like, I don't know, it's all even, whereas this one, it seems like here is like it's like the same sort of length all the way around, but for whatever reason I have a lot more like loose nail on this side of the nail than I do on the other side. I don't know, it's interesting. Hands are interesting. Okay, so we've kind of filed these guys down, so we'll quickly do the other ones, and then I'm gonna go in because your nail is like multiple layers. And so what happens is you file the nail down, but sometimes like little bits of the nail, like you can kind of see, I don't know if you can see like in here, they sort of like tuck themselves underneath it because you haven't like filed everything off. Everything sort of like scoops under. So we're going to take the, like this little wooden stick, and we're going to like scoop them out and make sure that we have a clean line for that. And then yeah, once these are filed, I like fractured this one. I was thinking about it. I was like, oh man, like my nails are basically like naked. Like most of the nail polish is chipped off, and like thankfully I've not broken anything. I'm very surprised. And then I smacked this nail and I got this like little fracture on it here. You can kind of see it. I don't think it's fully split. It's just a concern. So that's also why we're painting them, because I'm a bit afraid. Because obviously, like, when a nail breaks further up, it's fine. But sometimes you get that break that, again, goes into your skin. The part of the nail that is literally attached to skin. And then it can be so painful. Like, people who are like, oh, like, you're crying because you broke a nail. Like, sometimes that shit hurts. You know what I mean? Don't discount the pain of breaking a nail. If it's broken in a specific way, like, it can hurt like a bitch. So we don't want that. So we paint them to give them almost like, it's kind of like their battle armor, you know? We paint the nails to give them pretty armor to go out in the world and hopefully not break and be wounded in their day-to-day life, you know? I know when I wasn't painting my nails as regularly, one of the other things that like I read up or whatever about helping with stopping your nails from breaking is to keeping them like moisturized with nail oil. And so there was a time where I was really religiously like putting nail oil on like every day, twice a day, like really, but I've kind of gotten over it. So it's easier for me to keep them painted. Technically, I should be doing both. If I really wanted to, I could be. Hi, Ningday! How are you? We were just talking about your ability to do amazing things while also having long nails, and we are all flabbergasted and amazed at your ingenuity and amazingness. I hope you're having an amazing Friday. How are things?
It's tea time.
Oh, thank you. Today we are drinking Darjeeling tea. It's already not cold, or not hot anymore. I was gonna say it's not cold, but it's definitely not hot anymore. Which makes sense. We're an hour in and I've not really touched it, which is fine. But I didn't realize, so at least this is like the Fordham & Mason Darjeeling tea. It's broken orange pekoe, and I've talked about how orange pekoe, more specifically like red rose, which I think is actually orange pekoe, is like the default tea in Canada. When you go to like a cafe and you ask for a cup of tea, they're going to give you orange pekoe or red rose, which I'm pretty sure that's the brand name, but orange pekoe is the type of tea. And I find that, and then English breakfast is like considered a luxury tea. It's like a fancy tea, like an Earl Grey or something. But then here, English breakfast is the standard, obviously. And Earl Grey is still a specialty tea. But yeah, the fact like orange pekoe is not really a thing. But then I saw, oh, this is Darjeeling and it says broken orange pekoe. So that means, I think broken means like not the full leaf before it becomes like a powder. I'm not entirely sure. But I thought that was interesting. I didn't realize that Darjeeling was orange pekoe. Maybe it's not always, but this one was. And I was like, huh, okay. Maybe I need to ask for Darjeeling at restaurants if I want orange pekoe. But orange pekoe is not even my favorite. It's more just like I'm just curious at like, oh, where does this exist in the UK? Because it doesn't seem to. You know what I mean? I love Earl Grey. Yeah, that's my favorite. In the springtime, like when it's warm out, Earl Grey is my favorite. And then I switch to like a chai and like spicy warming blends when it's like fall, winter time. I started my nails very short until I got them longer. Right. Oh, okay. That's fair. I think that's actually probably the best way you could have done it. Because you slowly lengthen them, use them, get used to that length, and then it's kind of like the nail version of when people put gauges in their ears. Obviously, it's different because you're not using your ears to do stuff aside from, listen, hopefully. But I could see similar thing where you're stretching that. So similar, your nails are growing, you're getting used to that length, you're like, existing with them. And then you can decide to like stay at that length or keep going until you reach a length that's comfortable for you. That's a good way to do it. That makes sense. You don't just like have baby short nubby nails and then the next day have like, really long acrylics and your body's like, what the hell? What is this extension that suddenly occurred on me? I do find that some of my nails, like especially the middle ones, not necessarily, yeah, I guess on both of them, they kind of grow out. So I find I have to do a lot more filing of them in order to sort of curve them the way I want to. Whereas my pinky fingers, they just seem to be basically perfectly shaped all the time. It's more just that they get too long, which is nice. All right. But yes, we are going to attempt some nail art. That's why I have the silicone mat, because I remember seeing that you can make a decal on a silicone mat and then peel it up afterwards and then stick that on your nail, so you don't actually have to freehand paint on your nails, which I think is a much better idea, because this is a flat surface for, those of us who are artistically, painting challenged. Tiny paint challenged. We're gonna see how that goes. We're gonna attempt some mushroom decals and we'll see how that goes. But yeah, once we get the shape we want, we're gonna go back in and get any of the straggler bits of the nail that have curled under the tips as we've been filing, and then we're going to make sure that it's cleaned up how we want, and then we will do the painting of the decals, hopefully. And then while those are drying, we will then do all of our... Oh, amazing! Oh, that's awesome. How are you loving it? I had it on Liam's PC, and then I actually bought it because it was on sale on my PC, and I have not touched my PC. I have not played any games in a while, in a few months. So, because I know I was thinking of restarting playing Dreamlight Valley on my PC, and then I just, again, haven't done it yet. I had the urge to play the game Oxygen Not Included the other day. which every once in a while I get the urge to play that one. It's like a little indie game where you have a little colony of people and you're trying to like colonize the whatever planet you're on. And each person kind of has like their own role and stuff, and you have to like create like a lavatory and create like whatever's and do all the and like dig and resource manage and stuff like that. And yeah. So, but yeah, every once in a while I think about that game. So I thought about it the other day and I was like, damn, I've not thought about you in a hot minute. So maybe I do that this weekend. I was thinking it would be fun actually to maybe do it on stream one day because you can rename the little characters. So I think it would be really fun to have like Kat and Nungde and Potato and Probacus and Saul running around trying to like build a colony and like build civilization. I think that would be really cute that I could control your lives and make you like build a colony and see what happens. But who knows? Okay. Is Dream My Belly fun? Yeah. I haven't played Games either. I've logged into Dreamlight. Yeah. I know you were waiting. You were logging in just for drops and stuff. You just been in a reading hole. That's nice though. I feel like I would like that. I would like to be in a reading hole. I decided to. Well, I finished a book, and I have put my postcard, aka the bookmark that I use, which is a postcard, but that's how I use postcards most of the time now, is as fancy bookmarks. Beside my like side table in my bed. So I do have a book prepped to start. I just have not opened it and started reading it yet, if that makes sense. We are in the contemplative stage of reading. I've thought about the book I want to read. I have prepped the book to start reading. I just have not started reading yet. Fun so far. I'm trying to get through the Mythical Cavern right now. Yeah, Mythical Cave is cool. I did enjoy playing, like, what I have played of it so far, I do enjoy it. And I like that there's a lot of different sort of elements to it. There are some moments where there's, like, the quests can be a little bit grindy, but I think that that's fine, you know what I mean? I think there needs to be some sort of slowness in games. And there's a lot of other stuff going on, so if you don't want to grind to achieve certain tasks, there's usually, like, other tasks going on that you can do that can, like, scratch an itch. Because obviously there's, like, customizing the world, there's like the campaign of it all, there's customizing your character, like there's a lot of different elements. Like, so if your thing is like you like world building in The Sims and like customizing your games and stuff like that, that would be the component you'd be more drawn to. If you like adventure games, then you'd be more into the quest side of things. Like, you know, if you are interested in like things like Stardew Valley or whatever and you like resource management, there's obviously like gardening and collecting rocks and gems and doing that kind of stuff and like befriending all of the characters and things like that. So I think there's like something for everyone, which is kind of cool. Yeah, I did enjoy what I've played so far. I think the only thing is now that I've not gotten like so far, but I obviously got to a certain point and now I'm like, I don't know, the fact that I have to like restart, which I think would still be fun because then I could do things a bit differently. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's difficult for me to like sit down and game, I find, like, because I have so many crafts that I want to do, and so my brain is like, okay, what am I going to do to occupy like, you know, 3 or 4 hour stint of time? Am I gonna like make progress on a game or am I gonna make progress on a craft? And I think lately the crafting has been winning out. But every once in a while I get the urge. Because I sometimes think, because of course I have, like, Liam has his PC and I have mine, and every once in a while we talk about like me getting rid of mine because I don't use it a lot. But I still, like, every once in a while I do have the urge to play games. It's just infrequent, you know? Whereas Liam has the opposite problem, where he would love to play all of the games that he has. He has a massive Steam library, but of course he works a lot, and he spends a lot of time on the computer, so sometimes the last thing you want to do when you spent all day on the computer for work is to come home and game. But, yeah, you don't game a lot, yeah. Yeah, I think you also are probably similar to me, Loom Day, where you're like, I have so many things to make and do that I don't have time to, like, sit and play a game. You're like, I'd rather be crafting. But I actually found out that my best friend's brother was like helped to develop that game. So he actually, I didn't realize he worked for like an indie, like a video game company. I think I kind of knew, but I didn't really know. And obviously, I guess there was a Canadian branch that worked on the project. And so he actually worked on the game on Dreamlight Valley, which I thought was really cool. Considering like how it's blown up, I'm like, oh, good for him that he was part of something that was like such a big kind of, that took off the way it did. Sometimes I don't game just because I have move my work laptop. Yeah. Right, that's true. So you're just kind of like, yeah, it's one of those things where like if it's not easily accessible for you to do, there's like things that to be fair, that's another thing too, because my desk right now is full of shit, because I was like, okay, do I want my computer desk to be full of crap, or do I want my craft desk to be full of crap? And so I was like, well, I'm crafting, so I need to clear this space. Now, because my parents are gone, the spare room is free, so I could move all of the stuff from my PC, like my computer desk, in there. I think I just also have to go through stuff as well, but it seems to be a growing theme with me, where it's just me moving piles of junk from one desk to the other. So I go, oh, I need to use the computer, scoop this stuff up, stick it on the craft table. Oh, I need to craft, scoop that stuff up, put it back on the computer table. And so I just need to like actually clean it up. Yeah, you have the pile you just kind of move. It's sort of like the equivalent of when you have your clothes that you've worn once, but you know, they're not dirty, so you just kind of start piling them up somewhere. Yeah. I sit at the computer all day long, so I don't want to go home and sit. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Though I guess it's nice, like, because I know, like, because Liam has a Steam Deck as well, so I think that that's probably helpful, because then also as well, because he commutes into work, then he is able to then game, because like if you're commuting in, it takes about an hour for him to commute. So like usually he'll play a game or he'll download a movie or a show onto a tablet, and so then he can usually get a movie basically mostly finished, if not close to finished, as long as it's not, you know, over 2 hours in one day. So he's able to kind of consume it that way, which I think is nice, because then you're sort of like taking what sort of, I guess, you know, idle time you have and being able to engage in a hobby that you might not get the chance to all the time because you're busy working or you have other stuff to do or you don't want to be on the computer. You can sort of engage it in a different way. Each side of my room, one side is such a big pile, it's starting to take up much of the floor space. Yeah, exactly. So my pile, actually, we have this like chest of drawers in our bedroom, and I cleared out one of the drawers because we didn't really have anything in there, and so I decided that my not clean but not dirty clothes pile was going to become a clothes drawer. But that has vastly decreased the space I have, so I have to like wear what's in there more frequently and stuff like that. Sometimes it gets real full and I like really have to kind of push it in there. But I think it's helping me sort of be a bit more strategic with like my clothing choices and stuff like that. So I think it's been helpful, but it still exists. It's just been forced into a compact location, to hopefully make sure that I keep the pile not massive. So there is still a pile, but it's been forced into being manageable because it's no longer on the floor. But don't worry, Patats, Liam's pile is still on the floor right next to the door, so we all have piles, it's okay. I think the worst too, though, is what'll happen sometimes is we'll have our pile of, you know, the not clean, not dirty clothes, but then I'll have cleaned laundry and I'll have taken it off the clothing line, like the drying rack, and I'll have like folded it into a bag, but I've not yet folded the clothes to be put away into the dresser. So we'll have the pile of clothes that are not clean, not dirty, and then a bag just sitting either on on the chest of drawers or on the floor, hence being another pile. So that'll be the clean clothes pile, and then the unclean, not clean clothes pile, and then then the hamper with all the dirty clothes. So sometimes there's just lots of different piles, and that's when it can be a bit much. I redid my dresser situation. Now I have a spot on top where I put the more. Yes, exactly. Yeah, I think we need to. I need to redo my dresser situation as well. I just have to go through and sort through things, because I think there's a lot of stuff that, like, I don't know why. Like, I think I was holding on to it thinking, like, oh, it's nice. Like, maybe I will wear it and stuff like that. And I'm like, you've not worn it. And I keep acquiring, like, new cute stuff. And I'm like, I need to get rid of the just in case maybe, like, why? Like, why am I holding on to this? Why don't I clear space to then house my cute stuff? Though I did notice, so I actually my dresser doesn't have, like, a section in it for long stuff. So the way my dresser works is it's, like, the stuff you hang up and then there's like a shelf and then there's a bunch of drawers underneath. So like long dresses, so the dress I made, like right here, it's too long to fit in my dresser. Like I only have like I would have to fold it in order to hold it. So I think I need like a different dresser situation, so I can actually hang up long stuff. Because actually a lot of the like summer dresses I have are long, but because they're just sort of like a cotton material and they're like not super fancy, I don't care about them. I kind of just like fold them into a ball and stick them in the dresser and it's okay. But like things that are like nice that I don't want to wrinkle, I kind of don't really have a home for. So I bought this dress for like I bought another long dress that's like a bit of a fancier one, and it's like hanging in our downstairs bathroom because we have like a hook on the back of the door, because that's the only space I have that's long enough to put this. So I'm like, as long as, I'm like, we need to come up with a solution, or else I'm just going to be hanging long dresses all over the house because I don't have anywhere to store them that won't make them wrinkled. So that's an interesting situation. I really need summer clothes, but I have summer clothes. Yeah. No, 42 degrees? That's rough. Jeez, you're gonna be a puddle the whole time. I hope your friend has air conditioning. Or you just might have to bring a fan with you. Yeah, that's... Nope. Nope, nope, nope. None of that, please. That's too much. Yeah. I get that. Yeah, thankfully I've acquired quite a few, or what I do now is I have like dresses, like summer dresses that are a bit more casual, but I also like to have my full range of motion. So I don't know why. I think I have these because like I joined roller derby one time for a while, like when I was in my 20s. Early 20s, and I like don't do it anymore, but I have these like, they're like bike shorts, I guess. They're like shorter kind of like workout shorts, so they're a bit like kind of tighter, but I wear those underneath all of my dresses so that I don't have to worry about like, exposing myself, I guess. If I basically just like, I just wear shorts underneath a lot of stuff that are like more, I guess, not like skin tight, but are like bike shorts underneath them so that I don't have to worry about like sitting properly or whatever. I was never a dress person. Like I was very like, I'm not like other girls and like vehemently opposed to dresses growing up. I hated wearing them. But now it's like my goal is to keep cool, and it's just like if I'm just gonna like throw this on and not think about it, then so be it. But it took me a while. Like it's actually wild to me that I actually wear dresses so much in the summer, because like if you would have told teenage Tasha that she was gonna be a dress girly, I would have been like, no, absolutely not. Since when? That doesn't make any sense. Like, listen, when it's super hot out, sometimes you need like a breeze to, you know, help keep you cool, but you want to cover yourself up, so you wear like a long dress, a maxi dress, if you will. Keep yourself sorted. Okay. So we got all the little scragglies out. The edges are still a bit kind of like rough, so I have this. It's actually meant to, I don't know, it's one of those things that you're meant to like buff on the top of your nails, but we don't want to make the nails thinner. So I read up, or I watched a video one time where if you take sort of the part that's like the most gritty and you kind of just go along the side of the nail, because it's a finer grit than your nail file, it sort of just like helps smooth the edges. I feel uncomfortable wearing dresses without tights. Yeah. No, I feel that. And that's the thing, right? Then it sort of like defeats the purpose because you're trying to keep cool, and the last thing you want to do is like get yourself all constricted in like something really tight that doesn't really breathe. Yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult out here for people who basically want to live in a perpetual state of autumn, you know? I'm like, if I could just have like anywhere between, I don't know, like 15 and like 20 degrees Celsius forever, I'm like, sign me up, you know? I'm like, I just want to wear cute, cozy sweaters and leggings forever. Like, is that so much to ask? And then Mother Nature's like, well, yeah, if people took global warming seriously, maybe you would get that. But now you're going to get 42 degrees blistering bullshit for the rest of your life, and it's probably going to get worse. I'm like, yep, probably. That's cool that your friend has a pool, though. That's going to be nice. You'll probably be out there a lot, especially in that sort of weather. Just make sure you get tons of sunscreen and you get a hat. A lot of people don't realize, especially depending on how you wear your hair, if you part your hair in any capacity and you're not wearing a hat, you can burn your scalp. And that's a pain in the ass to deal with. That happened to my mother-in-law. She burnt her head when she was outside gardening. You can actually get, like, I guess, like, scalp sunscreen, like a spray or something like that. I've never, like, fully looked into it. I just read up that it was a thing. But yeah, go wear a hat. You wear a hat most of the time, though? Yeah. Sometimes I forget to, but I try to. I burnt myself during Marching Time once. Yeah, absolutely. Because then it's also difficult to treat, too, because you obviously, like, I don't know, like, we have this thing here where it's called, like, After Sun. So it's sort of like a really intense kind of moisturizer that you can put on to help with sunburns and things like that. But it's like you don't really want to be putting like a thick lotion on your scalp, because then you'll have like the greasiest hair ever. But I guess if you're in really bad pain and your head is flaking and you're uncomfortable, you will do what you gotta do. You know what I mean? Okay, so these are all clean. I'm just gonna take a bit of tape and just clean up any of the stowaway like nail scraps that have come up on here, because I don't really want nail dust in my decals. So let's just like clear off a section here. You can't like really see a difference, but I can really feel it. It's really bizarre where it like the silicone mat can feel kind of gritty, and then once I put the tape over it, it just helps it not feel that way. So I'm a bit more confident that there's no like dust or nastiness sort of hanging around on here. Okay, this is the part that we are running into unknown territory with. I've never done this before. I have no idea if it's going to work. Just because I've seen people on the internet do it doesn't mean it's going to work for us. But we're going to try. So, I think we definitely need a dotting tool because we're going to be making little red and white mushrooms. So we're going to need to put little dots on. I wonder though, if I get like a really chonky one, actually this guy's already pretty chonky. I wonder if I can sort of use this to just like dot a stem into place, or if I should try to paint it on. I don't know. We're not really striping. We do need to make a stem though. I don't know. I guess we'll use this guy. Oh, never mind. Oh no, we can fix it. We can fix it. I've also read too that if we put a little bit of like nail oil on the brush, it'll help it move a bit smoother. I don't know. This one, I'm a bit sus about this one, so we're not gonna use that one. I don't know. Sure. Let's use this guy. Maybe. It's just flaky and gross. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Okay. So we're going to try this and this. And then I guess if we use like a small brush, maybe we kind of do that. I don't know. I also don't know how big we're going to be making these. They have to be a decent size. Like, I'm thinking if we sort of like, I don't know if you can see on this craft mat. So we have this like, I think it's a centimeter. Or is it an inch? Like an inch square here. And there's little notches at the halfway points. I'm thinking if we sort of like section this. So sort of like a quarter worth of this. So like a 1/4 inch seems like a decent size for a decal. Okay. We're going to attempt. So we don't need this. We might need this. We're going to put like the tiny, apparently we just need the tiniest bit of nail oil. We don't need that on the brush. And then that should help with the application of the nail polish, hopefully. Okay. All right. So I think now we're just gonna like blob out a bunch of nail polish. I don't know. It's probably gonna dry. We're gonna waste nail polish probably, but I don't know how else we're gonna do this. So let us attempt. Oh, should I just dump it? That seems like not a good idea. I think we need to, because I don't think that this, oh god, this seems dangerous. I've never dumped nail polish before. Okay. That was scary. Oh, gee, Scoob. Okay, okay. So we have that. And then we're gonna dump. Oh, geez. Okay, well, we don't want that there. We're gonna pop this stuff here. And how much do we want to bet that I'm gonna end up with my hand all in this at some point? Okay, so, geez, let's attempt to make so we're going to go for, that seems massive. That's okay. We are practicing. It's not going to be perfect. So we're going to just make a bunch of mushroom tops, which I feel like are just going to be like slightly large semicircles, kind of. I think this is kind of happening a bit. So what if we go like that instead? This brush might be a little bit too big for what I'm trying to accomplish. I don't know. That is massive. How big? Yeah, no, these are going to be. Okay. We'll get it right eventually. I think what'll happen is we're gonna make a bunch, and then we will see. Okay, so if I just almost like. Okay, this feels more promising, but it also doesn't feel like it's enough paint, which is a problem. So I guess we just go over it. They're not going to be like shrinky dink, so it's not like they're going to get smaller when we do this. So these possibly are still too big, but like I said, the goal is to get 4 nails with a mushroom on them. If we can do more, cool. But my goal is 2 on each hand. That now seems really big. I think the first one seems to be the best so far. I don't know what I did. I guess like that, maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure. Okay, we're gonna go this way. Yeah, they're a little bit tall, but I'm not... Yeah, I think this was not the right size brush. This one's not bad. I don't hate this one. Okay. Okay. Little mushroom. Okay, how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we do 10. That is technically 1 for each nail. And we really just want 4 to look, you know, to turn out. So I'm just gonna go in and add like a little bit more, because I think they need to be thin, but they don't need to be so... This was obviously way too much nail polish to stick on the mat. I didn't need to pour this much out, but I didn't know. We don't know what we're doing. So I'd rather, I don't know, I guess have too much than try to struggle with it like being all dried out and gummy. Yeah, this guy sucks, but we persevere. Okay. Oh, my hand is shaking. Knees weak, arms are heavy, mom spaghetti. I know like people will do this with stamping plates as well. I do have a few stamping plates, but they're mostly like Halloween-y themed ones, which actually might be interesting to do in the future. Because I have stamping polish, so you can use like a yeah, like a stamping plate, use a stamp, stick the stamp on here, and then almost like color in the design with nail polish. I think sometimes, and then it's like a reverse stamp, so then you would peel the stamp off, flip it, whereas this one we're painting directly on here and then painting over it. Okay. I think that's it. Maybe we'll do a couple more just in case. I don't know. Am I feeling optimistic that I might be able to get them on all 10 fingers? Maybe. was going so well. It's fine. Mushrooms come in all different shapes and sizes. They don't have to be perfect. We'll just do a whole row of them. We clearly have enough nail polish for it, so. I think some of them are going to be too big. Okay, that one I don't trust. That one is probably not going on a nail. This one could work. Okay. So now, probably should have like had a cup of acetone. I can always deal with that after. I guess what we can do. Yeah, that's so rude how that happens, eh? You're like, excuse me, my brain's already shut off for the weekend. Why are you coming out here being all busy? It's actually really rude. The audacity. I'm not happy for you. I guess we can just... This is why we do this now, so that we don't need to worry about the acetone later. Oh, that's true. Yeah, it is a 4-day weekend. So yeah, I guess. But then still, you would think that people would... You know what it is? Probably people forgot that it was a 4-day weekend and they got to Friday and they were like, oh shit. And then they were like, oh, now I got to get everything done. Okay, this isn't perfectly cleaned off. Good enough. All right. Now I guess we try to make the stems in the white. I'm very scared. So we're gonna make the stems. This is just kind of giving like weird apple tree vibes right now, but it's okay. Hopefully once we stick the dots on, it'll be better. This one's cute. This one I don't hate, so that's okay. I think that we will end up with at least 4 decent ones. I can only hope. I can only hope. Look at my little mushroom lineup. It's also, some of them are also kind of giving like ping pong paddle vibes, which I'm hoping again will get fixed when we stick the dots on them. I think this is... Yeah, I think so. I think the little dots will help. Now my go-to is sort of just to do like 3 dots. I don't know if we should do a bunch of little dots or if I should just do like the 3. I'm not sure. I guess we can test. Let's see. I have mushrooms on the back of my phone case. I guess they have more than 3. They have like a bunch. I guess, ooh, do I try to do the white line around the bottom too? Maybe we try that. That also might help make them less ping pong paddly. Is to do just like a little curve along the bottom. I think this is kind of dry. So we are at the decal attempt phase of the nail polish painting. So if we are going to achieve Forestcore nails, successful decals will be how we get there. This is giving like spooky house vibes right now. This is very not chill. There actually is a spooky music category on Pretzel Rocks, but I figured it's gonna be too scary for us. I'm like, we do cute spooky, we don't do horror spooky. I don't need eerie sounds while I'm trying to paint mushrooms. They're looking cute. Excellent. I'm glad. Yeah, I think this will be okay. I think, like, the biggest concern, obviously, is when we go to, like, actually pick them up and stick them on the nail. But I feel like it should be alright. I do know this white polish isn't, like, the best for, leveling itself. It can kind of get a bit like lumpy and things. Okay, we're gonna attempt the line just like along the bottom. Okay. I think we need to go not as far to the edge again. I think because these are looking very round, but that's all right. Maybe if we sort of curve it a little bit. There we go. No, I think this actually made them more ping pong paddly. But that's okay. That's alright. If not, guys, they won't be Forestcore nails. They'll be niche sport nails, which, you know, isn't the worst. I think this one was the first one we did, or one of the first ones, and this one's actually looking the cutest. Yeah, exactly. I think once we add the white dots, it's going to make them look like mushrooms and not like ping pong paddles anymore, but it's just really funny how I keep, how they are turning into. But yeah, I definitely think we have some cute ones here. So I'm really hoping that the, our ability to pull them up is successful. Okay, cute. So we're just gonna Now, are we team only 3 dots, or should we do like quite a few? I don't know. We'll experiment. Now, how big? Ooh, we might need a different dotting tool. I think this one might be too small. Or I guess we could experiment with different sizes. Possibly. Yeah, that's too big. But these seem like a couple different sizes. So these are like not incredibly different, but one's a bit kind of smaller than the other. So hopefully between those few. Okay, there we go. Whatever. All right. So we do like 1, 2. 3, 4, 5. Okay. So apparently if we stick a quick dry base coat over the top of them, when they dry, we should be able to peel them up. And then they'll kind of have like a clear sort of sheet kind of over top of them, and then we'll cut them to size. And then hopefully when we do a clear coat on the tops of our nails, we can just stick them to them. Apparently that is supposed to work. So we will see. Okay, this is starting to dry a little bit. Oh, this guy kind of transferred a bit of red onto him. Okay, that one's not as well done, but that's fine. They're looking cute though. I think it'll be okay. I think it'll be nice. Hopefully. I don't think we can fit 5 on here. Probably just 3, 4. I guess we can sort of do different sizes even just with the same dotting tool. I'm just trying to work a little bit faster only because I feel like this is starting to dry and get a little gummy. It's like I don't want to breathe when I'm dotting. Yeah, it's already starting to get like a bit of a weird film on them. It's annoying. Okay. Let's get some of this excess off of here. Oh, that might have been a bad idea. Okay. I don't realize like how much paint builds up on these. There we go. think this this white that I have, this Not Milky White by Holo Taco, I got it when they first released it, and I remember them saying that they like went back and reformulated it because I think this one doesn't auto level very well and it can get like kind of gummy. So I think unfortunately I got a bit of like a bad batch when I got this guy, but he seems to be doing the trick, so. Oh, that's really small. That is not what I wanted. Can make those guys a little bit bigger. Not by much though. Okay, that one's not as nice, but there definitely are some cute contenders to go on the nails. So that is nice. That is nice. We have some cute ones. Some are cuter than others. Not all mushroom decals have been built the same. But that is fine. All right. Pop that away. So I'm not sure. I do think we probably should let them dry a little bit before we stick the quick dry over top of them. So what I'm gonna do is just kind of leave these, pull this back a little bit so that they can dry fully before we do that. So then we can actually quickly just paint our nails. So I'm gonna use quick dry or long stay base coat. I have this like brown color called Dark Roast. I was gonna maybe do a light color over top of it, but then I was like, eh. And then I have a green, like a foresty green color. But I've always been like, I don't know, you know what it was? It's because I dated a guy who thought that like he really liked when people had like painted nails and stuff, but he always felt that like green reminded him of like fungus and made it gross and stuff. So then he was like, oh, no green nails. But now I'm wondering if I should, then it would just fit the vibe. I don't know. Now I'm not sure. Let me go get the green that I have and we'll see. And then I also don't know if it's like too on the nose to do green. I guess I could do like green and brown. And then actually the green, I don't know. Do we do green or brown? I'm not sure. Well, we have to do, so we could do green and brown. We could do like the base that the nails sit on could be a green base because it then pops a bit more, or everything can be the brown. I don't know. But we have to put a base coat on, so we can do that first. Oh, there's more animal. Oh, there's more animal designs in the bag pattern. Oh, farm your friends, alpaca, sheep, chicken, and ducky. Yes, I remember you saying you were going to do a half and half with recent size from Animal Crossing. I'm so excited for that to be done. You'll have to definitely post photos when you finish that. I just think that's so cute. I think that's such a clever idea. How's your frog bag coming along? Are you still working on it, or? I'm also excited for that one to be done so I can see how cute it is. So I'm just drying out the nails just to make sure that they are absolutely positively got no nail oil on them. Almost done. Oh, amazing. Okay, so first we got to do quick dry or long lasting base coat. And then yeah, we'll figure out what color we want to do. I'm still not sure. I'm still not sure. Okay. Yeah, Amazing. Oh, I'm glad you like them. Thank you. Gotta touch the front panel, get some elastic material. Oh, cute. And then make the strap. Oh, so it is really coming along. That's awesome. Yeah, now I'm not sure because originally I was going to paint all my nails brown and then have the mushrooms be on top of that. But I also have a green. I don't know. I feel like sometimes though people are like, I know people who don't like green nails because they kind of get like a bit fungusy. But also if we're trying to do Forestcore, maybe we want them to be green. I'm not sure. So I'm still not, now I'm like, okay, do I do my nails all the brown color or do we do a brown and then do green where the mushrooms are as like accent nails? I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure. So we're just gonna quickly paint the sticky base coat on the nails, wait for those to dry. And then, yeah, I have to make a color decision. Yeah. I guess what I can do, possibly, is I could do one hand green and one hand brown. Or we do the pattern. I don't know. I don't know. I'm getting my nails done just before the Fantasy Forest Festival. Ooh, pink mushy nails. Yeah. Oh, that would be so cute. That would be super cute. Are you gonna be wearing your pink mushroom costume to it? I love that. I love the photos of you in your mushy costume last year. It's bright pink underneath, bled out a bit. Yeah. Oh, I think so. Yeah, definitely. Oh, I didn't realize. So your hair is, you have like an undercoat of color, but the rest of the top is blonde, right? Yeah, I think you should. I would definitely, because especially too, if your hair is lighter, you could even do like a temporary, I think most like, they call them like the bold kind of fashion colors. Those are like, it's very difficult for them to kind of be permanent. But yeah, fuck it. I think that'd be really cute. It's silver with hidden pink underneath. That sounds really cute. Yeah, I would do full pastel because that would be adorable and I would love that. But even if you just do the pastel underneath still, that would be nice too. Just gotta add straps to the fairy wings. Excellent. Yeah, which you also made, right? You also made the fairy wings, which is incredible. BRB, yeah, go get some coffee. Do it, do it. I probably should have opened my granola bar before I started painting my nails. That was a rookie mistake. I guess it's alright that I'm realizing that when we're doing the base coat. So once this dries a little bit, then I'm going to open my granola bar and then we will proceed to paint our nails. Because these are dark colors, so we will get epic schmooshes. Okay, yeah, go get ready to go. Yeah, no problem, Kat. I hope you have a good weekend, too. I hope you have a fabulous 4-day weekend. That's exciting. Take it easy. I hope your nausea subsides. I will see you on Tuesday, hopefully. Have an amazing weekend. I love that you're here. I love when we hang out. But I also love when you get to go home early on Fridays, because that's just awesome. 4-day weekend. Brr, 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 brr. You hope it stays. The nausea? I guess because then you have like something to tell the doctors, but... Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, me too. If that's what it is, then I hope so too. I think that would be incredible. My mom was away for the weekend. Ooh! Oh, that's nice. What are you planning on working on your streams? Do you have a potential options in mind? That's annoying. We have a straggler there. It's fine. Yes, I hope so too, Kat. Okay. But yeah, do you have any... What's on your current to make list? Or are you going to maybe stream Dreamlight Valley? That would also be fun. Probably finish the fairy wings. Yeah. Oh, some spinning. Yeah. That's nice. Have you done some spinning recently? All right. Sticky base. Done. Gotta let that dry for a little bit. Let's drink some tea. Let's open the granola bar. Okay. I think what we're gonna do is we're going to do brown, green, brown, green, brown. We're gonna like vary it. Oh, you don't have a capture card for Dreamlight. Oh, are you playing it on a console instead of the PC? Just very carefully open up. Oh, did we smush it? It's okay, it's fine, it's okay. Went to a craft show last week and got a bunch of flutes. Oh, amazing! Meant for needle felting. Oh, cool. That'll be interesting. I'm excited to see how that turns out. Gotcha. Yeah, we're gonna wait for these to dry a little bit. And then I think we are gonna do color variation. Oh, amazing. I don't know too. Well, I own the PC version, which I didn't do, is you have the option to like save your profile in like a cloud, so you can sort of access it from different platforms or different computers or whatever. But I don't know if it's cross-platform, like if you were, for instance, to like make your Switch world and then save that and then had access to it on the PC. I don't know. I'm not sure how that works or if it works. Now I am a bit nervous when we go to put the quick dry top coat on these that I'm gonna smear all the little dots. But I'll try to be really careful. Oh, that's cool. It is a cross-platform save. That's nice. So if you ever do end up getting it on a different platform. No, absolutely not. Yeah, don't buy it twice. No, F that. Yeah, F that for reals. That's true. That is true. None of that bullshit. Coffee has been procured, but tats. We love to see it. Yeah, truly. Yeah, I think that's what ended up happening with me is there was a deal when I picked it up the original time. Okay, how's this feeling? Not bad, not bad. we start and hope for the best. It's a very big brush for my skinny little pinky nail. That's alright. Actually, why do I have that open? Do that, and then we'll do the first coat of these guys. So we decided, I last minute decided we are going to do green nail polish. I'm going to push through whatever preconceived notions I have about painting my nail green. Because then also, too, if people are like, oh, it reminds me of, like, fungus and stuff. And I was like, yeah, but isn't that kind of like Forestcore in a way? Isn't fungus and moss and algae and stuff kind of Forestcore in a way? So I should actually be embracing it. So that's what we're going to do. Oh, I can clean that up later. Okay, we'll probably need to do 2 coats, which is fine. Oh, does he? Oh, amazing. Yeah, so I'm gonna channel that. I'm going to have the confidence that Kiddo has. Ooh, should I actually do... Ooh, maybe we do that. Maybe we do an actual... Oh, okay. We're gonna do that. No, maybe we're not. I don't know. Okay, it's fine. I was thinking of doing like an actual pattern across all 10 nails, but I think I'm just gonna stick to the 3 nails brown, 2 nails green on both hands. And I'm wrapping the edges of the nail because that helps like seal in the manicure and help the manicure last longer and prevent chipping. Because if you just brush to the end and you don't wrap the nails, then it's more likely that like the chip, like things are going to get in between your nail polish and your nail and cause chippage. So you always got to wrap the tip. Shadow's bestie is home. Yes. All right. So I'm not sure how early we're meant to stick, because I'm worried if I stick the quick dry top coat on top of the decals right away, they'll start to sort of like they'll be ready to pull up quickly, like before I'm ready to do it. Or I don't know if that matters. Like, I'm not sure if I need to work quickly. Because I assume once it's dry, like, it should be fine. So maybe, I don't know. We'll see. But also it's quick dry, so it shouldn't take long, even if we don't do it right away. So I think what my plan is we're going to paint the quick dry on the decals the same time we do the quick dry on our actual nails. Hopefully that will be okay. Well, actually, no. I think we have to do it first because I think we want the nail to be a little bit tacky. Yes, so we have to wait to put, we have to do this first. Put the quick dry on, stick the decal on, seal it. Because I don't think you put the decal on the color nail polish. I think you have to stick it on the top coat. So we're just going to basically sandwich the decal in between 2 layers of quick dry top coat, and hopefully that will work. I believe that is the way we do this, if I remember correctly. I'm not opposed to having multiple layers of nail polish on. Yeah, see, look how tiny and skinny this brush is compared to the other one. So this is this brush. Skinny little thing. And then this one here is like a right old chonker in comparison. It's a good thing I painted my thumbnails with the bigger brush, because this would have been a real pain in the butt. Alright. Oh, shit. We've flooded the cuticle. No! It's alright, we can fix it. We can fix it. Yeah, we definitely need a few coats of this. Where's my cuticle stick? There we go. Okay, so we're just gonna scoop that nail polish up and pretend that didn't happen. Because you don't want your nail polish to actually stick to your cuticle, because then when your nail grows, again, potential for chippage. So you want to leave a gap between your nail bed and the polish on your nail. Okay. So apparently this is really runny nail polish. Interesting, interesting. Good to know, good to know. It's very runny and very sheer, so this is gonna need a few coats for show. It's not bad though. We're definitely giving Forestcore now. I think this is good, because even if the nail, like even if the decals don't work out, at least the color palette is giving Forestcore, and that's all right. That's what we can ask of it. Oh, no. I definitely always struggle to paint with my non-dominant hand. It's not that bad, but it's still a bit of a struggle. Okay. So we're gonna go in, let those dry a little bit. Maybe we test putting the quick dry top coat over top of a couple of the mushrooms we don't care about, just to see what happens. So this guy sucks. This guy I don't really care for. I don't know. We'll pick a couple and we'll just try our best. I guess we just need to test one. I don't know. We'll test one, see how it goes, and then go from there. I definitely want to get the hang of it before I paint over the cute ones. So we need to cascade like a thick amount and not smudge the decal. Okay, that seems fine. What's another one that I don't particularly care for? I don't know. We'll just do the one beside it. So then, ideally, once this dries... Oh no, I smushed it a little bit. That's alright. This is why we test. This is why we test. Yeah. Can also do this guy. But yeah, I guess I don't have to worry about like trying to keep it super smooth. So it's more about making sure it's thick and gliding across the decal appropriately. Okay, so we'll see how those go. We'll see how they peel up. Because how many do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So there's 14 of them. So we have 4 that we can, like, screw up. You know what I mean? And I did only say that I wanted to put 4 on my nails. But if this does work out and we can try to put them on all of them, then we'll try. Though we do have, yeah, we got 40 minutes left. We're almost done. I think we can do it. I believe in us. I believe in us. Let's just check on. Yeah. Okay, let's do second coats on here. And then we will attempt to pull up the decals and see how they go. I have to find one that's going to be skinny enough to fit on my... See, the thing too is I don't even know if they're all going to fit. Because I don't think I made one skinny enough for my pinky finger, unfortunately. We can just, I don't know, we can leave the pinkies bare if, we can do 8 of them if we have time. But yeah, I think 2 coats of this black, this brown is a decent amount. We don't really need to go. Sometimes, like, I think the green is really thin. So we might need to do 3 coats, but I kind of don't want to. We'll see. We'll see how it looks, and we'll see how I feel. And that will determine what we do. Maybe this guy will fit? Yeah, these are... No, I don't think so. I think we made them all too wide. They're too big for the pinkies. That's okay. But this was a much better option than trying to freehand them on my nails, because that would have ended in disaster. That would have not been a good time. It's much easier to paint on a flat surface than on a curved nail, that's for sure. Alright, last one in the brown. Yeah, I'm actually quite happy with this. I'm glad we took the risk and decided to go green. I think this was a good idea. Let's just see. So ooh, okay. So ideally, maybe. This is not. Ooh, I think it's not fully. Okay. So see, this is the experiment. So it was still a little bit tacky underneath, so it's not fully dry. The decal's not fully dry, so we will leave them for a bit more. But see, we did manage to pull off one of them. So then what we'll do is we'll probably like cut off the excess and then place them on one of the nails. Cool. All right then. So this will work. This should work if all goes according to plan. As long as the base of the red nail polish is like dry enough, I think that'll be very nice. Yeah. I think this worked out very well. Okay, yeah, I'm only gonna do 2 coats of green. I think that will be fine. Cool. So the next step, I guess, will be picking. First, we'll pick the 4 best ones, and then we will put them on the green nails. And then if we have time, we will then start putting more mushrooms on more nails. The only thing I'm wondering now is, well, it just means we have to work fast. Because obviously the quick dry top coat will dry quite quickly. Okay. Base nails done. Let's just check on this. See how... I don't think they're all very dry, but I think as long as we're gentle when we peel them off. Okay. I guess we can just put, like, I don't know. They seem like there seems to be some structural integrity there. So I think if we paint them all, peel them up, and then figure out which ones sort of fit best where, that might be what we do. So I think the plan is to peel up all of them, like cover them all, peel them all up, and then sort of figure out which ones will fit the best where. Because obviously, like, this like real thick boy, I think will only really work on a thumbnail. But then some of the other ones that are a bit taller and skinnier, I'm actually very happy with how this turned out. I had no idea how this was gonna go, truly. I was aware that this was a thing, but yeah, the fact that it's actually working is quite wild. This will also be good too, because if when we go to pull them up, there is some like wonkiness on the bottoms and things, then that will also determine which ones we don't bother placing on the nail. I definitely think it seems, because I know I put like a thicker layer on some of them, and I don't think that was a good idea. I think I was worried about them like having full coverage. Like I didn't want any sort of gaps or things that would then show up, like that would make them look too translucent. But I think that might have backfired in terms of them not fully drying all the way down. But that is a lesson learned. I also think too, because we left it before we did this, it also gave the dots some time to dry, so they are less likely to smear when we pull them off, hopefully. Knock on wood, we've not had any smearage yet, so that's good. Maybe that guy will fit on. It's gonna be real tight. Yeah, I think the pinkies don't get any. No mushrooms for the pinkies, unfortunately. Oh, that guy kind of smeared a little bit. That's all right. So I think what we need to do is, yeah, pull off the decals, decide which one is going where, and then put the top coat on the nail, stick the decal down, press it down gently, and yeah, go from there. Though yeah, I am 99% sure that none of these mushrooms are going to fit on here, so we might as well quick dry taco the... Oh. Yeah, like sort of cut it down the middle and it sort of live like on the halfway, like kind of in the nail a little bit. That's an option. Yeah. Like a little half mushroom. That could work. We can try that if we get one of the skinnier guys. And then we can cut them in half, and then we can stick one half. If we can try. We don't know if it's going to work, but if we cut one in half, and then we put one, and we try to lay it, the cut half against this side of the nail, then we can stick the two pinkies together and make a full mushroom. It'll be like one of those best friend lockets, but for my nails. That could work. We can try that. We'll pick one and we'll pick like the skinny guy. And we'll try to cut them in half and like stick them on there and see if that works. Yeah. Because even some of these guys, like some of the big, like the longer ones, though that might work on that nail. We will see. Definitely though, now I know for next time we do this, we do have to make them much smaller to ensure success, but that's all right. Let's just see how difficult these are to cut. This one might fit on here actually. It might like go into the creases, but it actually might work. It'll wrap like fully around it. We will attempt. We will try. Let's attempt with the pinky. I think we do need to cut a lot of the excess off. Oh, I'm gonna smudge my nails. Don't smudge them. No smudgy. Ah, that's fine. Theoretically, it shouldn't matter. So if we cut as much, it's very difficult to try to handle nail tools while also trying to not smudge your nails. Okay, so let's get this ready. So that's gonna go over the nail like so. if I also try really hard to like get the edge. So I'm gonna stick that down like this, because I think that'll be the easiest way to apply it. Okay. Okay, is this dry? Good enough. We will press very lightly. Oh, that's a big blob. Okay. Quick dry taco on, tip wrapped. Grab this very gently. You definitely have to cut off the excess. And the nail decal is a bit too big, but I do think it is kind of working. Sort of, kind of, maybe. We have to really cut off the excess. We basically just like coated the whole nail in this. This is the test nail, so it's alright if it's not 100%. Listen. Okay. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Am I smudging? Okay. I think it worked. It's a bit big, but we knew that would happen. But hopefully, once we put a top coat on it, it should maybe seal it all in. Maybe. It's cute. Okay, let's seal this in. Let's see if this works. Because there is a concern that it's a bit too big, so it doesn't really sit on the nail very well. But it looks freaking cute, so I'm wondering if I could almost like, yeah, use the quick dry top coat to sort of help seal it a little bit. Although this is definitely popping off. That's okay though. Okay, so yes, the key is to make the decal as small as possible before applying it to the nail. Okay, now we know. I don't think it's very smooth, but I think the attempt was not bad. I have no idea how long they're gonna stay on, but I think it's okay. All right, so let's find the next one. Maybe this guy. We'll go for a skinnier one. I think we are going to attempt. We have a half hour, guys. I think we can decal all 10 nails. I think we can do it. Oh, that guy just smudged. Okay, maybe we don't do this guy. he's very sticky. Okay, maybe not you. All right, never mind. We have to be very careful. This is why we did all of them. Maybe you. Very carefully. Guess if we peel all of this up first. And then we can sort of like check. Oh, he came off clean. He came off real clean. Excellent. Okay, you will be next, sir. Now we're gonna make him very, very small to ensure success with application. Okay. So let me just get this guy into position. So then you're gonna go on there like that. So I'm gonna pop you there. Lay a thick coat of quick dry top coat. We're going to take you, going to place you, oh no, no, okay, whew, it's fine, it's fine. Hopefully you've not dried yet. Okay, I think that went on much smoother than the last one. Definitely think cutting it very small is the key, though I'm definitely smushing this nail now. That's okay. Yeah, you can see, like, I don't know if you can, you can see how wrinkly it sort of is at the application point. Listen, focus on this. Hello. There. Yeah, you can sort of see in the corner how it's like all mushy and stuff. Hopefully just putting another quick dry top coat over top of this will help. So I guess I should be letting them maybe dry in between top coat applications. I don't know. But it's cute! I love this so much. Oh, I'm glad. Yeah, this is, I'm actually kind of flabbergasted at how well this is working out for us. It's working out quite well, actually. Okay, let's move on to the next one. So you got gross, so we don't like that guy. Maybe this guy. So if we peel up around here, and then we can check underneath to make sure she's clean. Yep. There we go. And again, we're gonna cut this as teeny tiny as possible. also wonder too, whoops, if it would help to sort of put little notches along the pieces that we do keep, just so that, because they're so big, I think they curve a bit wonky, which can then mess them up. So I wonder if in cutting these really small, clearly I'm not left-handed because I am struggling with this. If by doing that I then put like little notches along the clear part of the decal, and I think that will help with it going around the nail better. That is my theory. Because I know when you stick nail vinyls on, it can help to stick notches in them, because then it helps them form around the nail a little bit better. So we're going to do that with this. Okay. Make sure you are easy to hold on to. And pop you that way. All right, number 3. Oh, that's a lot. Whoops, that's fine. Okay, just very gently. Okay, I do think that this one is going better. I think the notches helped a little bit. But yeah, they're definitely very big. So I think that's causing some application concerns. But considering that we have never done this before, it is going okay. Ooh, brr, brr. That's fine. Okay. Maybe what I'll do, I don't know. Should I seal this in? Or wait until it dries before I seal in? No, it should be fine. It should be fine. We might have to put a few more layers of quick dry top coat on here anyway, just to make sure that the ends are really sealed in, but as of right now, I'm not that concerned. Cute! 3 down! Look at that! This is actually awesome. I'm a bit concerned about us doing the left hand. I think that's gonna, or right hand. I think it's gonna be absolute chaos, but I don't know. Maybe we do the whole hand on this hand, and then we only get to the 2 on this hand. I'm not sure. We'll see. We will see. I think maybe next we try this guy here, though he is quite large. Okay, so the trick seems to be only picking up the quick dry taco layer, shoving this underneath the mushroom that we painted. I think ends up disrupting things, and then it ends up getting smooshy, and then we don't like that. So I think, yeah, if it's adhered correctly when we pull up the quick dry taco, like the clear layer, everything should pull up, because that seems to be what is happening here, which is awesome. because now, let's see, this is kind of stuck. Shit. No! Just very gently. Please. There we go. Yeah, so we don't actually want to touch the colored nail polish at any point, because then it seems to stick, and that is not good. So I'm gonna do the notches again, because I do think that that helped a little bit. Actually, I can probably cut some of this off. Now, is this bit a bit too tall? Okay. So we want to be able to pick this guy up and position him here. We definitely have to make this bit smaller. He's too long. No. I think these scissors need bigger holding holes. Okay. Oops. Yeah, that's better. That should hopefully fit a bit nicer on the nail. Okay. All right, number 4. I feel like, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like the more we do this, we are getting better at it. I am smushing my nails when I push these down, but I feel like it's going okay. I'm gonna move some of these out of the way because they're don't accidentally want to get them in the nail / in the decal. All right, first nail almost done. We got 15 minutes left. I think that that's good. Yeah, I think, what is it? We had a half hour before, so like 15 minutes per hand, just over 15 minutes per hand to apply these. I think that's not bad. Not bad at all. Alright. Okay, now we need a thumbnail. I'm thinking probably that guy. We could do this guy. He's kind of not one of the best ones though. Maybe this guy here. Yeah, exactly, right? I think we can get this done in 15 minutes. I think it's possible, though this will be the harder hand to try to put these on, so we'll see how that goes. should cut them over here. Add to my pile of quick dry scraps. Again, we'll just snip around here just to help with curving the nail, or curving around the nail, sorry. Should hopefully go on relatively easy because it's quite a big nail. What is getting stuck on here? Okay. Okay. Just gonna stick this down a bit better. Hee, they're looking so cute. To re-top coat all of these just to really make sure everything is sealed in. Okay, first hand done. Forestcore achieved. Now we gotta do the next guy. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 7 options left. I think this guy is gonna go on the pinky because I think all these guys are too big. I can maybe stick him on the thumb. I don't know. Let's start with the pinky just because I feel like that's a safe option. We gotta make them real tight, real small. Just cutting everything off camera just so that it's in a cohesive pile. All right, next step is little notches to help stick to the nail more effectively. dangerous part. Okay, we don't want you sticking. So this is now the hard mode. Hard mode application. Hee, excellent. Cool. Oops. Smoosh that a little bit. All right, next one. Maybe I think he's gonna go on the thumb. Maybe him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think maybe him, him, and him. This doesn't really matter. These are all roughly the same size nail, so it kind of doesn't matter which one goes where. Okay, there we go. All right, so we're doing the non-dominant hand now. So it took just over 15 minutes to put the decals on the dominant on the left hand, using the dominant hand. Now we're applying things to the dominant hand, using the non-dominant hand. So I foresee it probably taking a little bit longer. How are we doing for time? We'll probably go over time just because I want to get this done because it's super cute. Oop, I almost cut into the mushroom. That's not good. Little notches for applying large item to round nail. Yeah, they flew home yesterday, which is why I didn't stream yesterday, because we were dropping them off at the airport. Yeah, but they're gonna be back in November, so that'll be nice. So I'm already counting down. But yeah. But yeah, drop them off at the airport. So they're back in Alberta. Back in Berta. And then we'll see. I don't remember how long they're staying for this time, but I'm hoping they actually increase it. Because they were with us, and then they went to Italy. So this time they're coming, and then they're going to... I think they're going to Morocco for a week. I think that's where they're going. But I'm hoping that... The only problem is, like... Because I was like, oh, like, you can just extend your stay. But the problem is, obviously, once you start getting into the cooler months, like in the November, December, like, flying in Canada is such a pain in the ass because of the winter. So, like, flights get delayed, like, stuff gets really messy and shitty. But... yeah. So then I'm like, oh, what a shame. They'll have to stay until March. Must be nice to be Canadian. Everyone loves you. I guess there's preconceived notions that Canadians are nice. I guess it's, yeah. It's nice to maybe not be default immediately judged. Though, to be fair, most people when they speak to me, when they ask where I'm from, they default assume I'm American. They usually, you know, they usually will guess, but they usually think, when I'm, like, walking shadow and I run into people around here, they, automatically assume America. But there isn't, well, at least I doesn't seem, I don't perceive there to be any malice in the assumption, but... I wonder, though. Yeah, I don't know. Because I wonder if, you know, if the assumption is that Canadians are nice, maybe it also makes them seem like they're naive, so they might be easy targets for international travel. I'm not sure. My mom almost got pickpocketed in Italy, eh? Because my brother was saying to her how it's, like, really common, and also the fact that, like, a lot of, I guess, people who make pickpocketing, like... a career, kind of, like, there's like groups of people that will almost have, I guess, like, pickpocketing, like, crime syndicates, I guess, but they'll have children be involved. And so my mom was at Trevi Fountain, and she just was sitting there, and she had, like, a little bag, and she, like, was kind of like, oh, this feels weird, like, I feel like someone's sort of, like, touching my stomach or whatever, and looked down, and there was a little girl reaching her hand into my mom's purse. She was, like, maybe, she said she looked about 12, and so my mom smacked her hand away and was like, get out of there, sort of thing. And then the girl just kind of looked at her and, like, smiled and wandered off into the crowd. And that happens a lot, like, where they'll do, because then it's, like, unassuming, right? If you send children into the crowd, they don't think that they're, like, working for that. But yeah, which is kind of scary. But when people are, you know, born into families where that's a thing, and if that's a survival tactic, you know, people work in family businesses, and there's all different kinds of family businesses, but get kidnapped, go through belongings, oh, they're Canadian, let them go. Yeah, you would think so. But I'm sure, yeah, that'd be funny. Alright, okay, 3 down. I think we're gonna do... this guy, that guy, this guy, and that guy. How are you doing, Snipin'? How's your day going? Are you gearing up for the weekend? You're doing 4-day weekend? Is there any celebrations? Technically Canada Day is tomorrow as well. I don't know. Sometimes I've not checked, because I know sometimes there's like Canadians abroad and stuff like that, and then they'll organize like events and things for meetups. So they'll do like Canada Day or Thanksgiving and stuff like that, but I don't know. One, I have anxiety about new groups of people and places, so I don't know how confident I would feel like going into London and being a part of something like that. I'm sure it'd be really cool to meet like other Canadians and stuff, but I don't know. They must do like because there's, you know, there's tons of Americans that live here as well, so they must do like 4th of July celebrations and things as well. I can tell you have a Canadian accent, but it's only like a handful of words that sound different. Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. I think it depends on, like you said, the sort of where you are in the States. Because obviously it's like you can tell if you were to guess, obviously the default is like, well, you're not from the South. Like, you're not, like, you can probably figure out places that I'm not from. But yeah, especially too if people haven't traveled like outside of the country, or if they've never been to the States or anything like that, I can see how it could be. But I always tell them, they always apologize, and I'm like, well, you have a 50-50 chance of getting it right. Like, I'm not gonna be mad about it. It's actually weird to me now when I am out, like when I'm walking Shadow, or when, especially like when we're, like when Liam and I are in an airport and we go out, and I hear like American and Canadian accents, 'cause I'm really bad at it too. Like, I can't, and again, unless they have a Southern accent or they have like a French Canadian accent, I'm like, I don't know. It's like you're either from Canada or you're from the like central northern states, like there, you know what I mean? Like, I think there's definitely some crossover. So yeah, I'm not very good at guessing either. But then when I go someplace and all I hear is like people that sound like me and not just a bunch of British people, it's kind of jarring now. I'm used to sort of being the only like North American person in a room. So then when I travel places where like I'm part of the majority, it's very strange to me now. I'm like, everyone here sounds like me. This is weird. Thank you so much for the hydrating and the Tritos of Pando. I hope you're doing well, Aurora. Thank you very much. Okay, we're almost done. Oops. Don't think the taco was thick enough. Now it's too thick and it's lumpy and bumpy. That's fine. It's fine. Okay. Okay. I didn't know either. This is an attempt. To be fair, I don't think I could freehand this on my nails at all, but I remember learning about like DIY nail decal hacks sort of on a silicone mat. So you do your design on the silicone mat, paint a quick dry top coat on top of what you've made, and then it peels up and becomes basically like a nail sticker. But yeah, so I had no idea how this was gonna go. I assumed that the trick would work. I didn't know if my mushrooms would look like mushrooms. They kind of looked like ping pong paddles for a while, but I think once we put the little dots on them, it like worked out quite well. But yeah, I know, I'm completely mind blown that this works. Yeah, exactly. Because it's much easier to paint with nail polish on a flat surface than it is to try to paint with nail polish on a curved nail. So, yeah, I'm fully, yeah. I guess table tennis. I guess you're right. It would be table tennis, but it sounds, I don't know, it sounds better. I forget that it's called table tennis here. Ping pong's a much more fun word, though. And it's also fun to try to say 3 times fast. Ping pong paddle, ping pong paddle, ping pong paddle. Table tennis just sounds like too proper. Alright. But yeah, I'm definitely going to go over this again with more, like, quick dry top coat just to ensure that everything is, like, properly sealed in. But yes. Okay, so we decided we wanted this guy and that guy. Okay. But yeah, honestly, like, I wouldn't be I'm low-key, like, this is gonna be done. And then I haven't actually shown you guys yet, but you know how I talked about how an artist that I follow named Knock Thrice released these, like, I don't know, like, foraging cardigans. So they're cardigans that, like, sweaters that have, like, mushrooms on them and, like, acorns and all this kind of stuff. And so I bought it, or I think my mom got it for me for my birthday, but basically I got it shipped to her, and then when she came over, she brought it with her. But of course it's been too hot to wear cardigans and things, but it's been a bit cooler this week. And then I also, guys, I basically feel like I am, like, this close to transforming into, like, my cozy cottage, my cozy Forestcore true self. Like, I have this cardigan, I have a brown t-shirt, and then I have green linen pants. And I think with this manicure, like, I'm gonna completely evolve into my final form. And I'm so excited. I'm like, this, I'm just fully embracing it. I'm gonna be weird mushroom girl now, and, like, that is just who I am. It's, like, my final form, and it's okay. We're putting the goblin in Craft Goblin right now, and it's just the best. I'm so excited. I love that for you. Thank you. I love that for me too. I'm like, embrace my full Forestcore self. But yeah, it was awesome. So my mom got me, I ended up picking up, we went to the mall, and she was on the hunt for some stuff, and then I found these green linen pants. Because the thing too, right, is, like, when it's a bit cooler, or even when it's, like, a little bit hot, it's usually cooler in the forest. But obviously I don't really want to go walking around the forest with Shadow wearing shorts, because there's, like, brambles and stinging nettles, basically stuff that can hurt you and scratch you up and scar you, right? So I want to be traipsing around in the forest, but I want my legs to be covered, but I want to stay cool. And so it seems like linen is sort of the best way, because it's, like, light and breathable, and it's, like, an eco fabric. It's a bit more expensive, which is a bit annoying, but I think it's, like, it's a natural fiber. It's gonna last longer. Like, I feel like they're an investment. They're investment pants, but they're investment foraging adventurer pants, and so they're awesome. And then this, with those and my cardigan, like, I am ready to ID all of the mushrooms on my Foraging Seek app, which, I said this earlier. So basically, I don't know if you guys were here when my mom was talking about it, but there's this app on your phone, and it's called Seek. So if you've ever wanted to, like, identify plants and even animals and stuff as well, it looks like this here. So this is the app here. It's like a little leaf with an arrow on it. It's not really autofocusing, but yeah, so you can kind of see that. And so it's called Seek, S-E-E-K. I was gonna blend it. It's true. Well, I did say this, that, you know, I did say at one point my goal was to just live in the forest, and then I decided that no, I think the goal is just to become the forest, and I think we're one step closer now. But yeah, so this is the app here, and then you can, like, it'll tell you what species will probably be in your area, but there's challenges, and then what happens is you click on your phone, and you scan plants, and it'll identify them, like, based on the genus, species, whatever. And then once you do that, they then all get saved here. Actually, I'll show you the one I did recently, because Shadow's, like, photobombing the photo. So I discovered Timothy grass, but you can see Shadow photobombing in the identification. So you scan it, and then it'll be like, okay, that's the species. And then you can learn about it. It's a free app, so it takes it from, and then, of course, it'll mark it on your location. So when my mom was in Italy, she was also scanning and identifying plants, so it actually, like marks off where you've scanned them, and then it tells you the taxonomy of the plant, and it tells you if there's anything nearby and like the seasonality of it. But of course, it also does mushrooms, you guys. So I have not done all of them, because some of them, I guess there's a bunch of different ones, and they've not identified them all, or like they're kind of difficult to identify. But yeah, so, and then also too, which is really exciting, so the other day, me and my mom identified dead man's fingers, which is actually one of the plants in that, what's the name of the game that we were playing? Strange Horticulture. They actually have dead man's fingers in the game as well. So look at them. They're freaking creepy, but awesome. And so yeah, we took a photo of those. They're like creeping out, and then yeah, it tells you all about them. So yes, so yeah. So my favorite thing now is going out in the forest with Shadow and scanning things and learning what they are, and then cross-referencing them in my little mushroom book. And I just, just a little forest adventure. Honestly, my favorite thing, I need to look into it, but I would love to go to a foraging class. I think it would be so much fun. I think I looked one time, and I think they have them like in Kent. Like there maybe is it's like quite far away, but like not like far away. I think it would be like a day trip sort of thing, but I think that would be really, really cool. That's like on my to-do list, because I think it'd be really fun to be able to identify things that you can then eat. Like I think that something about, like as much as, we're not doomsday preppers, but in the event of an apocalypse, I'd kind of like to know what I can eat and what like won't kill me or upset my stomach. You know what I mean? I think that would be an excellent life skill. Because even now it's already, or are they expensive? Oh no! Yeah, that doesn't surprise me, but that's annoying. It's still on the bucket list, but all right. Okay, we're almost done. Yeah, you looked. That's so cool that you looked. So they did exist around you though. They just expensive. Maybe we gotta save up for foraging. Save up money to go somewhere to learn about finding things that you can eat for free. But man, knowledge is power. Schoolhouse Rock. I'm so excited. Because you know what? This could have gone horribly, and I would have just, accepted it, and it would have been fine. But, this is actually looking so cute. Wow. Wow, guys. Wow. We actually, you know what? I'm thinking of starting up, because basically, I keep saying to you guys that my goal this year is to, be a vendor at, a craft stall in December. Yes, absolutely. They're gonna complete the look. Are you kidding me? I don't know where they are right now. Are they in my room? I might need to go grab them. Trust me, the photo op that will occur later that will highlight all of the mushroom vibes, they will definitely be included. Yes. But basically, yeah, I want to open, vend at a craft store. I have 0 craft stock. Well, I have 3 items. I've made 3 items. That 3 items does not make a craft stall. So I've been trying to think of things that aren't going to take a million years, because right now I've made beaded bracelets and they take forever. So I'm trying to think of something that isn't going to take forever. So, but I also really think we should get, I want to get back into needle felting, and I still have a bunch of brown and a bunch of different colored fabrics and stuff like that, because I still have my season tree. My 4 seasons needle felting tree that I was working on that I then neglected because I was getting frustrated with all the tiny pieces I was making. We'll get there eventually, but this is my roundabout way of saying I think what I want to do is go to Hobbycraft, get a bunch of little pieces of square, raw cut wood, and then needle felt different mushrooms that I find in my identification book, and then I can sell little needle felted mushroom figurines. That's what I'm hoping. And so I'm hoping that then we can, start a little, Fridays could be fungi Fridays. I think that would be fun. Even if it doesn't happen on Fridays, even if it's just it happens on stream, it might not happen once a week. They're going to be little, so I hope that would be okay. I'm hoping, because if I can do, I want to find a craft that I can pump out in a stream, a one day makes sort of thing. And so I think if they're small enough, I think it could work. But yeah. Yeah, so I'm hoping for that. I also obviously I've reinvigorated my love for my Howl's Moving Castle cross stitch. I worked on it yesterday. And so I think we're going to be working more on that. We also still have craft kits, guys. I still have like two or three craft kits to work on. So, I don't know. Basically, because we finished our dress, it's sort of like, oh shit, now what? Like, now what do we do? But I think it's make things for theoretical craft vending thingy. Maybe a little pack of mushroom nail decals. Oh, that would be wild. I wouldn't know how to preserve these. Like, I don't know what the, like, longevity is of me, like, putting a top coat on something. I'd have to look into that. That would be interesting, though, to make decals. The other thing, too, and I need to basically, actually, maybe, I don't know. I'm just using words now. Because one of the things, and I notice a lot of our stream friends do this, is like stickers, because they usually have like sayings or like, you know, merch, or they make things that then they can translate into stickers and coloring pages and stuff like that. Because my medium of art isn't like it's not digital art, I don't know what that might look like for me, but I do think that those are the sorts of things, like small things like stickers, postcards, stuff like that, like they're quite, like, once you find like a wholesaler, they're quite inexpensive, I think, to produce. But I just need to make something, but I don't know what I would make. Like, obviously I could make like little mushrooms and things like that, but also, again, I'm not digital artist. I could learn, though. I could try. Oh, that's a nice idea. Yeah, I'll set them aside and sort of see how that translates. Oops. I'll have to figure out how to store them. Because I think, like, when I see nail decals, like, whatchamacallit? Like, I have some, and they're usually almost, like, in a sticker sheet with, like, a thin piece of plastic over top of it. So, listen. This is the last one. Why are you being a pain in the ass right now? Yeah, zip packaging. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, a bit of like cellophane. That's an interesting idea. But yeah, because we got two good ones. This one's good too. Because we pulled that one up just to see. This guy, I guess we could pull him up too. We're just not applying him on anything, just to see what that would look like. Did this take too long? Have we already sort of dried? That's not good, but that's okay. All right, last one, and then we're gonna just go over everything again with more quick dry top coat. I'm just gonna cut this off, actually. Oh, Jesus. We're going to cut this stupid straggler off. There we go. Piss me off. Okay. Hee! Little Forestcore mushroom nails! We did it! So exciting. Obviously, they're just like bespoke. They're not all perfect, but they're like, you know, yay! Look at them! Amazing! So cute! But yeah, I'm just gonna put like another real thick coat of quick dry top coat on here just to really ensure that they are stuck. They are not going anywhere. It'll be very interesting to see how long these last. I'm so excited. I'm so happy with how this turned out. This like opens up a whole new can of worms. Not that I don't know, like I don't know what other sort of decals I would make. I think I would just make mushrooms all day every day. I guess I could experiment with different color mushrooms. But I think like it's so easy to do this style of mushroom and it becomes like instantly recognized, whereas I feel like when you do sort of like a Santarelle or I don't know, like any sort of regular sort of bland colored mushroom, it, you know, you have to have a bit more like finesse in order to be like a read of like that's a mushroom. Whereas I feel like these guys, because they're so bright and they're so distinct in the way that they look, even if you don't do a good job, like you can still tell what you're trying to go for. Whereas, yeah, if I did this and it was just all brown, it would be like, oh, is that a ping pong paddle? Is that an umbrella? Like, what is it? You know what I mean? But I think these guys are a lot more instantly recognizable. Alright, so once I've done the quick dry top coat on here, that'll be it. So if anyone has any raid suggestions, let me know. If not, we will go and see which of our friends is online. But yeah, I'm so excited with how this turned out. But yeah, I think next week, because I'm on a cross-stitching roll right now, I think we will continue working on Howl's Moving Castle cross stitch Tuesday. Might do that on Thursday as well. And then I think we're gonna start needle felting again. I think, so we've done, you know, a lot of different kinds of crafts. We've done the craft kits, you know, and I think now it's time to do a return to form a little bit. We're gonna go back to our back to the bread and butter of the channel, cross stitch needle felting, and we'll do that for a little bit. Maybe some beading as well, just because I do need, I don't know, but I find the bead weaving, it doesn't, well, actually, the one I'm working on now, I think it requires too much concentration. It doesn't come naturally to me because I'm trying to remember a pattern of colors as well as a pattern of weaving, so I find it not the easiest to stream because I find it difficult to multitask because I'm so worried about messing up. But I do have like an actual bead loom, and I have experimented with making like little mushroom bracelets on there before, so that actually might be something that might be easier to pump out than the actual bead weaving itself. So maybe we attempt to do that because I think that could be a bit easier because it's just rows of beads instead of like strategically weaving the beads. So that might be an option. And like I said, we still have craft kits. I have the urge to play Oxygen Not Included randomly, and I think it would be fun because you can actually change the names of the characters, so I think it might be fun to make all of you guys colonize a planet at the control of me. But we'll see how that goes. That would require me having to clean off my computer desk, and it is currently full of stuff. But we'll see. Ta-da! Dun, da-da-dun, dun, dun, dun. Amazing. Never in my wildest dreams did I think that we would accomplish such things together today. But we did, and it was amazing. And I've just, you know, one step closer. You know, we went over time by like, you know, almost a half hour, but that's not bad, actually. That seems to be the MO, which is okay. Right, let's see which of our friends is currently online. Let's go and say hello. And then, yeah. We're just embracing our little foraging Forestcore selves now. Which we've been doing this whole time, but I don't know. I'm more I don't know. I'm letting it consume me, which maybe isn't a good thing. I don't know. We'll see, but yeah. Well, certain things are easier than others. My mom was making fun of me when we were working on the dress because I can't sew and talk at the same time. I think because it's like, but I can cross stitch and talk at the same time. So it just depends on the level of comfort and, you know, confidence I have in the skill. And also the fact that cross-stitching is just me and my hands, and whereas the machine is mechanical, and I don't want to accidentally stab my finger or, like, go off track trying to do something like that. So, all right, who's online? Obviously, Art and Jest is online. Ooh, Rhino Line is doing pottery. Satchel Max is making a sweater. Daceman, Dragon Rider, Pop-Tart, Hobbit, Stormy Girl Stitches, Watercolor Shenanigans, Herm. Well, we'll go see Art and Jess because, you know, she's an art streamer, and she swears art happens on her channel. But 9 times out of 10, it's just pure chaos when we go and see her, and it's just so much fun, and we love it. So we're gonna go and see them and see what chaos abounds over on there. They are such fun. So let us go and say hello to them. I think what happens is when people sub to her channel, you get a crayon, and the crayon goes in a bucket, and the bucket is now overflowing with crayons to the point where she has to tape the crayons to each other to make sure it doesn't fall apart. So it's absolute chaos, and it is a joy. So we're gonna go and join that chaos. And yeah, I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. I will see you all on Tuesday, probably for some Howl's Moving Castle, some Ghibli adventures. And who knows what else. But I'm excited! Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Have an amazing day, amazing weekend, and thank you so much. Bye!